Hi YouTube, it's Lena and I'm here today with makeup I want to finish in 2020 update. So something I'm only going to update every, I suppose 4 months. So you'll get another update and then a finale at the end of the year. But I do have a lot of empties. I will hit them as I hit them in the list. Apparently I never wrote down this list, so I had to actually go to my old video and look in my description to get all of the actual products, which whew, it was a lot. And I have decluttered 2 items. Well, one I'm going to give away the next time I see my mother, but the other one I actually had to throw away. But I have to put something out. But otherwise, everything is here, and I'm actually adding in 2 things to replace that, 2 similar items. So let's just go down the list. So first off, I have the Makiage foundation. I have not finished it yet, but I am working on it. So yay for me. I have probably about half of it left right now. By the way, this is obviously going to spoil some of my Project Pan updates for May because I finished a couple of things, like major things recently. So there you go. Next was the Colourpop foundation, which I have finished. I finished this in my 7 by Spring. I actually finished this in the January 20th. So I finished this a long time ago, but that is one done. I also finished the Neutrogena foundation in my hashtag Team Project Pan. I will have to insert the date because unlike everything else, the date for this is on my computer. So that is done. I scraped it out as best I could. I know I finished it sometime in March though. Like I finished it just last month. And next is the L'Oreal foundation, which I have not started yet. It is right here, still sitting in my desk for when I am ready to use it. Now next is the Rimmel foundation, which if you were watching my latest round of Project Pan Roulette, you would know that I had to declutter because it had oxidized an insane amount in the tube. So I couldn't wear it. And because of the texture of the foundation, it didn't really mix well with my lightener. So I just tossed it. But I'm going to replace that actually with the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. Mine is in 008 Porcelain. I know they make even lighter shades than this now, so I might even go lighter, although this is a pretty decent shade match for me. It is right here, just below all the blackness right there. So when I get to that, I will get to it. Next is the MAC face primer. I don't know exactly where I'm at currently. Let me measure that real quick, just for funsies, although I'm not gonna, it's up there. I'm not gonna mark it. But according to my usual method of measuring this sort of thing, we are at the top of that paperclip. So I think I could actually probably finish this in May if I keep up that kind of progress on it. So we shall see. The other primers that I put in here, one doesn't have a ton of progress. It is the Cover FX. It is in my Drop 10 by Summer, which I just updated. So that only has like a day's worth of progress now. Not a lot of progress, but we are working on it and it will definitely be done by the end of the year. Now what I haven't started yet, although I certainly will at some point, is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Rose Primer Serum. So it is still completely full. Haven't touched it yet. But that's okay because I will totally still get to it and I am not worried about it. Next are my setting sprays. Some I have finished. Let's see. This is actually a spoiler for my new Decade Project Pan, but I finished the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus. There's only like this a little bit left that I cannot get to come out, and that's even after I poured some into a smaller bottle to see if that would help. Now, I still have the coconut one, but I'm actually going to give this to my mom because the last time I was home, which was, God, like in February, she saw me using my cherry blossom one and asked where to get one at, and I told her, well, you know what? Next time I come home, I'll just give you my coconut one because she wants to have something that helps helps her makeup last a little bit longer. Excuse my stuttering. Let's see. The other one is the Ulta Broad Spectrum SPF 50 sunscreen setting spray, and it is also done. So I'm actually doing quite well on setting sprays right there. All right, let's see. Next is the powders. I have one that I finished and two that I haven't started. The one that I finished is the Wet n Wild Coverall powder. I finished this on the 28th of February. Now I'm working on a, what's it called? What is that word? Loose powder right now. So I'm not working on these other two, but I did have another Wet n Wild Coverall powder. And I also have this Neutrogena Shine Control powder. And they are both, the Wet n Wild is actually brand new, like hasn't been unsealed yet, I don't believe. Nope. This one has been used like once ever. So it's basically brand new. Now, next would be my MAC paint pot, which I don't have up here currently. It's back in my stash. I was using it as an eyeshadow primer for my hashtag Team Project Pan series and getting nowhere with it. And I wanted to finish at least one eye primer this year. So I swapped it out for my little NARS mini that I have. But I'm not going to finish that this year. Next update, I'm sure we'll be working on it again and I can show it to you and show that it looks exactly the freaking same. That thing is frustrating. Anyways, next I have my Caviar sticks from Laura Mercier. I have finished one. I finished Intense Moonlight because a piece of it broke off. I actually used up everything that was on the inside of it to get the approximation of using it up. And I am currently fully working on Intense Rose Gold, which I've used up about half of currently. Now, I am also kind of working on this one. It's Intense Amethyst. It's the purpley one. But I mean, I haven't even quite got it down below the thing yet. Just when I wear purple eyeshadows, I bust this out. So, yeah, we still got plenty. Intense Copper, I could show it to you so you could see what a new one looks like, but, or an unused one, I guess it should say. But, like, I haven't even used this year. Like it's still really only been swatched. So it still peeks out over the top. Honestly, I need to put that out so that I will start using it with looks that it actually matches with, like I am doing with the Amethyst, so that it actually at least gets progress on it. Now, big spoiler for my hashtag Team Project Pan. Literally, like on the 19th of this month, I finally finished my Hoola bronzer. Yay! So this is just a big old empty pan. I don't have the packaging anymore. I depotted it a long time ago because that Benefit packaging is kind of cute, but it's huge. So I'm actually replacing that with the next bronzer I want to use up, and that is the MAC Extra Dimension bronzer in Aphrodite Shell. This is from that Alluring Aquatics collection, I think it was. I bought it from somebody on Poshmark and I just started using it, so it basically looks brand new. I've only used it a couple of times in total. The thing is, because of the formula of this, I think, I remember Kat from Beauty News having the same problem when she used hers up. I kind of have to scrape it to get it on my bronzer brush so that I can actually use it. So it's gonna look kind of funky, but I use everything I scrape off, so it's fine. Next is my highlighters. I have finished the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter. I finished that one on March 11th. She is donezo. Bright, shiny pan right there. Still working on my powder highlighter. I'm not even going to show the Physicians Formula one because I haven't touched it, but I've combined a Physicians Formula Pearl highlighter with my Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder in Precious Petals, which I have hit pan on that one. But, I mean, I still have a long ways to go on that. I think when summer comes around, I might start highlighting my body or something like that to see if I can get that done by the end of the year. I also have the Wet n Wild Ombre Blush, which is in my hashtag Team Project Pan. And we're slowly developing a dip. I don't know how deep this pan goes though, so I might hit pan next month. It might take me all year to hit pan. I don't know. It is really powdery. Like I don't know if it's old or if just the formula kicks up a lot of powder. I still get plenty of pigment, or at least enough pigment for my face, because I know that these aren't heavily pigmented blushes for anybody much darker than I am, but for me it's actually a perfect amount, which sucks because Wet n Wild is no longer cruelty free and I'm trying to go cruelty free. Next is the Stila Shade Mystery in the shade Charmed. I do have marks on the side over here, but that is about where I'm at. I am getting pretty close to being done. I just have to remember to use it. So I've had some trouble remembering to use it in the last couple of months, so I just need to be better about that. Next is the Maybelline Eyeshadow Quad. Now, the quad itself looks like I finished 2 shadows. But if you've been keeping up with my Young, Wild, and Cruelty-Free Project Pan, you would know that I actually depotted those shadows and pressed them into metal pans in here. So this is the highlight shade, and I admittedly haven't messed too much with that recently. But that blue-brown pigment shade, I've actually hit pan on. And those are probably going to be the only 2 shades that I finish out of it, because I realized that the kind of minty green shade muddies really badly on me. Like it just turns into a mess halfway through the day. So I decided I'm not going to fool with it, but I am going to roll another eyeshadow in here though. I meant to have this in the beginning and I completely forgot when I filmed this. It is the Milani powder eyeshadow in French Vanilla. This is in my 20 in 2020 with the Geeks and Beauties community. It already has pan on it. A lot of pan actually. And I do want to finish this by the end of the year. Next are my stack of lipsticks. Now I have, or my stack of Bite lipsticks specifically. And I will talk about that as well because I totally forgot something. Because I'm amazing like that. Real quick, before I get into the lipsticks, I had this mini Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer, and I did finish that at the beginning of the year. I scraped out everything I could. These things, because instead of a pump or anything like that, it just comes with this little flimsy wand thingy. Like you look inside, I scraped out everything that I could. I'm not that worried about what might be another use in there. So, now, the lipsticks. I did finish the Bite Beauty lip gloss in something that starts with a B. Bellini, that's it. But like I literally just finished this today, actually. So like I said, spoilers, there is a little bit at the bottom. Nothing I do gets to it. I've tried leaving this upside down on its side. I can't get to it. I do have this little thing right here. It is a Swoon for Sephora little lip gloss wand, but considering how old this is, even though it still smells fine and everything, I think I'm just gonna leave that little bit at the bottom as an offering to the makeup gods, you know. I'm just gonna let that go. I mean, hey, I finished the freaking lip gloss. I think that's what's important. I also finished this Bite Beauty in Glacé. Like that's it, rolled all the way up. I finished that on January 20th. I do still have a couple of lipsticks left. I'll show the rest of them to you in a minute. The particular Bite one I've been working on recently is this little duo in Jam and Opal. I've only been working on Opal. It's what's on my lips today. So we have just like this little bitty nub. I'm hoping to finish that by the end of the month. We'll see, but I'm really hoping to do so. And now I have all of these other Bite lipsticks that I apparently wanted to work on. I'm sure I'll get some of them done by the end of the year. I'd like to get all of them done, but we'll see. So we have 2 more of the lip crayons. One is in Aubergine. which considering I'm working on Jam right now, I probably won't get to this until fall, which is just fine. I also have Pastille, which I might start working on soon. The thing is, I rolled a most expensive lip product in my Roulette Project Pan, so that's the kind of more everyday wear lipstick that I've been using recently, because that's how I used up Glacé. Even though I know that these are a little bit darker than what most people would wear as an everyday lipstick, but I would wear that every day. Now, these Bite Beauty Amuse Bouche lipsticks. I had one written down as licorice. If I have that color, I cannot currently find it. I did find one called Sake, though, literally in my bag of stuff and everything. So, well, that, I almost remember licorice. It was like a dark color, but I just cannot find it right now. So we're going with Sake. It hasn't been used anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And I did find Chai, because I couldn't find it at the time, I don't believe. This is it right here. And there they are. All just a kind of brown nude, which I don't normally wear, but I got these in, I think, lip kits, so that's probably why I have them. And I still have my old lip pencil in Rhubarb, which is right there. So I hope to at least get some of these out by the end of the year, because Bite Beauty does not age well. And finally, I have this Christian Dior Rouge Zenna lipstick. I have been working on it. I try to wear this at least 5 times a month, so it gets steady progress. It is in my hashtag Team Project Pan if you would like to keep up with the progress of that. So that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye!